Hey guys, Brandon here with Rowdy Rooster Artisan Meats. I get tons of questions at the farmers market about what makes our product so special and what makes salami different from sausage or what makes charcuterie different than ham. So I wanted to dive into something that's very specific. One of the top 5 things we look for: salt, of course, water activity. Today we're going to talk about pH. So pH would be your acidity level in the food. So the lower your pH, the more acidic it is, the more tangy, the more tart. That's why salami tastes like salami and a bratwurst tastes like a bratwurst. So I have to show you here, guys. I've got it all laid out with me. This right here is my pH reader. And that one there is, I'm testing right now, currently I'm testing a phenylketones. And that one's about done. It registered at 4.77. That's the pH. So as the pH goes down, like I said earlier, the acidity goes up. And with salami, you want a certain amount of acidity because that makes an inhospitable environment for things like bacteria, and that's what we're really trying to avoid. Botulism would be the most popular one that you get from products like this. And in fact, botulism, the word for botulism was derived from the Latin word for none other than sausage. So this stuff is really important. So it needs to be below 5.3, and mine's rolling in at 4.7. I love to keep it at 4.8 or below, so this is perfect. So now I'm gonna flip you around again. I gotta rinse off the probe in a cleaning solution, and then we're gonna go ahead and test a calabrese, which is the next one I got. This is a Hanna instrument, so let's rinse it off there in our cleaning solution, and then we're on to the next one. This is a Hanna instrument probe. They have all kinds. This is like a firmly, excuse me, sorry, I'm the cameraman and the salami artist right now. So yeah, Hanna Instruments made this one. They have a whole slew of professional ranges for price level and things like that. This one's firmly in the middle. Came in at 700 bones. I haven't paid for it yet, but we will. Make good salami. It will pay for itself eventually. And it's something that I really need for my operation. Like I said, it's one of the 3 or 4 things, maybe even 5 things that are all super important. There's no one thing that's more important than the other. But the pH being where it needs to be is pretty darn important. So it does take a little while. I'm gonna flip you around and see the reader here. So you'll see that timer at the top there. And that'll tell me that it's still thinking, it's still working it through. And then the timer went away and we're leveled in at 4.65, which again, we want to be below 5.3, so we're golden. And 4.8, 4.6, that's pretty good. If you get much below 4.5, you're gonna end up with that really tart, really tangy, really hard salami that we're used to here in America. In Europe and in Italy specifically, they tend to have ones that are not quite as acidic, not quite as tart and tangy. So that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to be in line with the old world way of doing things back in Italy. So I log these things. I check the pH every day. They ferment in a special cabinet that I have. They ferment at about 85 to 90% humidity and at about 65 all the way up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And the fluctuation in temperature is important. In fact, I have like a 12-step program that it runs through. My fermenter's got a computer attached to it, and it'll run the parameters that I set. And the important thing there is that you're setting the parameters based off of the certain bacteria that you add into the salami. I use one called Bactofirm FRM52. You can get, there's 80 different ones that you can buy. Bactofirm probably sells 50 of those 80. And I settled on this one. It's been working well for me, and that's what we go with. Different bacteria will have different fermentation parameters that they recommend, but I'm going with that one from Bactofirm, and it's been providing good results for me, and I'm pretty happy with it. So these salami, I did 3 different kinds, and I did about 30 pounds of each. So actually I have about 118 pounds of salami hanging up in my fermenter right now. And now that all these pH checked out okay, I pull them out of the fermenter and they will go into my aging cabinet where they'll live for at least 20 days. It's probably going to be more like 3 weeks before they're really done, 3 to 4 weeks. And then we'll do a test on the water activity level once we get to that point. And I'll do a whole nother video on water activity level and why that's important. Hey guys, thanks for everybody that came out to the farmers market today. It was great to see your friendly faces, and just wanted to talk a little bit about what we do here. All right guys, hey, cheers.